Morning, friends. Welcome to the Outdoor Archives. Beautiful fall morning, out for a walk, and I'm going to bring to you my test of the Gerber Gator. I believe it's the Gator 2 hatchet and saw combo. Something you're interested in? Stay tuned, get comfortable. Here comes the review. Okay, friends. So here it is, the Gerber Gator 2, I believe. Axe and saw combo. Pretty interesting combination we have here, where you have an axe, and because of the construction using, I guess, new age lightweight materials, you actually have a little rubber handle here, and if I can get it off, there it goes. Taking that off now gives you access to the knife, or sorry, to the saw. Pretty innovative design there. So you'll see it is obviously hollow inside here. Gerber says that this is made out of a glass-filled nylon. I'm gonna be honest, I've had this axe for about 5 years, and it's held up pretty well, and it's actually been abused pretty badly, over and above what normal abuse is. There'll be more on that later. But you wouldn't really expect it to hold up to that kind of abuse. I mean, this is like a plasticky looking handle. Like I said, it's glass-filled nylon, but it looks like it's plastic. It's hollow inside, and it's super lightweight. So, you know, let's talk a little bit more about it. We're going to start at the sheath. Okay, so this one is a ballistic nylon sheath, as they're calling it. Aesthetically, probably not the nicest sheath I've ever seen. Functionally, it does everything you want it to. It's made pretty thick. I expected it would last a while. It does have a belt loop here, and even a hanger here so you can hang it from wherever you need to hang it from. So all in all, functional, adequate sheath, I would say. We're going to want to do some testing on this here. So I'm going to do some basic tests. We're going to maybe fell a small tree, do a little bit of splitting, and maybe just a tiny bit of carving, stuff like that. So let's get to it. Okay, guys. So I've got this, looks like a small beech tree here. And I think I'm going to want to take this guy down. So kind of give you an idea of the felling ability. Now this is a small axe, right? You're not going to go fell a huge tree with this. I mean, you probably could. It would take you all day, but anyway, this will give you a good idea. There it goes. Alright, let's just try processing a small piece of wood here. Yeah, no problem. Okay, guys, I'm going to give you an example of how this thing splits. No problem. Okay, guys, zoomed in a little bit here. Just going to try a little bit of carving and stuff like that. So the axe does have, you know, an area where you can kind of reach in and get your hand in there for some carving and what have you. Yeah, so I think that'll work. Good for little bushcraft tasks. I'd say it works. All that testing on the axe, we haven't even got to the saw yet. So this is the saw that just fits inside the hollow chamber here. 10.25 inches long, and the cutting area is about 6¼ inches. So just give you kind of a look at it here. Not a very big or robust saw. For small tasks, it's actually quite good to have. So you can make some pretty nice cuts pretty easily. I wouldn't want to take down a large tree with this. It's definitely not a replacement for a silky saw or something like that, but it does the job. Okay guys, so you've seen my basic testing of the axe, and it seems to work relatively well. So you're probably going to ask why I don't regularly carry this on myself when I'm in the woods. Simple reason: the axe is broken, and it's no fault of Gerber. I'm pretty sure that with the same treatment, this Grant's Force would be broken as well. And I'm going to tell you, I'm trying to keep the video short, so I'm going to tell you the quick story. We were camping. It was colder than we had expected, so I had gone to prepare some firewood. I was taking down branches from a tree with a buck saw. We had somebody carrying it to camp, and somebody at camp was splitting the logs with this here axe. But he was batoning hardwood, not with wood, but with the pole of another axe. So he had the axe like this, and he was, as hard as he could, smashing into this axe time after time again for probably half an hour. And hopefully you guys can see this. There's a little crack right through the metal and through the handle, and I'm not faulting Gerber for that. I'm not faulting anyone for that. I'll digress about the discussion we had about hitting an axe with another axe. It is what it is. The damage is done. And you know what? Just the fact that I'm still able to use this axe after what it's been put through, I'd say that it's actually pretty durable. And lesson learned: careful who you lend your tools to. Getting back to the axe, I had it for several months before it cracked, and I've still used it since then, mostly in a backup thing, or just once in a while I'll just take it out just to have it. But you know what? It's really, really light. And that's because of this, I don't know what it is, the fiberglass or whatever they call it, handle. And it just feels really good in your hands. And I think it's because this is really top heavy, because the shaft weighs nothing, let's face it. And all the weight is here, that when you swing it, I can feel like I can really snap my wrist at the end of that and get quite a bit of power. Unlike other budget axes, it actually came really sharp. Now it has been sharpened a touch, and it's kind of on the edge where it may need a little bit more. It's just, I can feel it's not bad, but it's definitely could use a little bit more. So you know what? I mean, the grip is great. You can see down here, it's got like a little textured thing, and it's got a little swell down here, so straight handle. If you can see here, it's a wedge shape, a little bit different than the Grant's Force Brooks. This is 1/3 the price of the Grant's Force, and it's way more than 1/3 the axe. So I'll tell you that much. That value you are getting here is incredible. And let's not forget the saw that just kind of sits inside there. It takes up zero space in your pack, and I think the saw itself weighs about 2 ounces. The saw is held in there. I don't know if you can see here, there's a little magnetic piece there, and there's same inside here. So when it goes in, the magnets kind of lock, and it rattles a bit, but it doesn't come out. People have said that when chopping wood, that sometimes it does come out. I think that was maybe on previous versions, because mine has this little keeper, I guess, that goes around here, and actually came off here, and actually keeps it in. So you know what? Who's this for? I'd say if you're beginning and you don't want to spend a lot of money, you can't go wrong with this. Keep in mind, you know, it is a smaller axe, and you're not going to fell huge trees with this. And the saw, I mean, you're not going to cut down, you know, 8-inch trees with this, but for, you know, cutting small pieces of wood and, you know, preparing kindling, I think this is a great bet. You know what? It's plenty capable, and I think this thing weighs in at 18.2 ounces, so just a bit over a pound. 5 years on and off of use, and I'm telling you that this is a pretty good axe. And if you don't abuse it, it will last, I believe, quite a while. $40, I'd say it's highly recommended, and you know, especially for those of you starting out and not wanting to spend a whole lot of money. So guys, I really appreciate you sticking around, and really hope you enjoyed this axe review of the Gerber Gator 2. And if you did, please you know, go down to the bottom there and give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. And you know what, stay tuned, because I have some more budget axe videos that I'm doing. So thanks again. Hope to see you in the next video, guys. Thanks a lot.